good morning. Welcome back to Dankscore Traders. Yes. Please, if you don't mind, if it is your first time here, or if you're one of us of this very community, go ahead and like this stream and subscribe, of course, if you never subscribed. And yeah, of course, I don't mind if you also do share so that we can grow the community together. Thank you so much for joining the game. It is Tuesday. It is Tuesday, 25th of April. So let's now get into it. We start with the prayer as usual. If it is your first time here, our team is as always prayer. Then we start with analysis all the way, starting from all the way from Crash 500 and adding on the rest of the other assets. So let's get into it. Father, thank you. Thank you for the beautiful morning. Thank you that we are here once again to analyze the charts and look at signals that are available for us to take advantage of. Thank you for the entry and the exit points that you are giving us today. Thank you for the profits that we are making today. We know that the losses are part of the game, but we are not going to be making losses bigger than our profits. We thank you for that. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Right, so please go ahead and invite someone. Go ahead and share with someone. Let them come around. They may find this being fun to them and, of course, being an opportunity to them. Otherwise, let's now head over to our usual routine, Crash 500. We start as always with Crash 500. Right. Crash 500. So let's look at it. Yeah, we made money. We were waiting for this. Those who remember, we were waiting for this to enter our buys. So let's first head over to M15 a bit. Let's look at the history. So exactly that was meant to be a sniper entry where I had put exactly that's where price reacted back to, and that became a weak resistance level for us right about there. And yeah, I went in. I actually left some open, some trades open, and took me out on my stop losses later on. So clearly that tells us that there some kind of resistance that it met right about there. So if we know that, we can have it drawn a bit right there, and we know that there is a certain resistance right there. Let's go to H4, look at the left. Yeah, the left tells us that same thing. And weird thing is, it will be this whole thing of this whole of H4, that whole thing right there. Right about there. But I'm not going to draw it. Now I know it. So all I need now is to, according to daily mean H4, I'm supposed to be looking for sales. According to daily, yeah, I'm supposed to be looking for sales also. So that's enough for me. If I go to H1, sales are not yet ready to start on H1, so it means there's still room for pushing this down like that and then bring it back again until it is overbought, until the price becomes overbought. So for now, let's delete these. Delete that. So if I know that this is what is happening, clearly I see an M formation right here. I see an M formation on an H1. So if I change the right there, that is an M formation in an M shape information. So if I go back to that level and head to M15, I'll be seeing something like that. So I know that price, once it breaks this level, it's going all the way down below, because it has to give me to create this other leg. Now that it has this leg right here, first in the left leg of M, so it's going to come right about here to create the right leg. But according to M15, seems it's going to first, wait a minute, sales not yet on H1, not yet. So we'll wait for confirmation price to break this level for you to continue selling it like that. But I would rather wait for a pullback, or I would rather wait for price to reach here and enter the buy properly and enter this kind of move, such as this kind of move there, and move out. So now you know that price is the market is within the range. You can trade it going down and going up like that until it comes oversold overbought on H1, and then come in later and break this weak resistance level at H1 to continue with the sales, just like how we need them on H4 and daily time frame. So that's what we'll be waiting for now. So right about now, I don't need these. All I need is to wait on M15 probably, and I see this kind of breakout. Yeah, and I see this kind of breakout. Sometimes it does like this. As you're seeing this, to do like that, give you a short like that, then comes retests on this something like that, right about there, comes about there like that, and then you get your perfect entry. And it might happen because it didn't happen right here, so it might happen right on this very move, and then entry on that exact exact OB right about there, entry on that exact OB. So I'll be waiting for something like that, like this. So until then, I'm not making any sales. Right now, sometimes it will go there, sometimes it will go for the fair value gap in between there, but we will wait. As long as we get an entry to push for sales again, that's all we need. Whether it goes to the fair value gap, whether it goes to that order block that started this very move of sell, we will be waiting for that. Boom 1,000, boom 1,000, boom 1,000. Boom 1,000. Let's look at boom 1,000. Did we make any entries yesterday? Yeah, we started selling it. We started buying it within here. We get to see where we got the. Let's pull it a bit here. Yes, right here. This is where we entered. We entered the buy, it went there and it decided to come down. So it later showed us this. This was a signal to show us that it's now going to break out right about there. So, and then it broke out, and I was waiting for this kind of pullback to enter the sell. But it never happened. The short pullback happened on M5. So I didn't enter the sell, but those who were ready, they actually missed it. So I didn't want to risk at all anymore. So That is how yesterday was. Came, hit TP level just like how we had anticipated. Why was that the TP that we had anticipated? Let's first push this back here. Because of this very move right here. From there, it was going to come all the way there, and immediately after hitting the TP level, it gave us a reversal kind of move. It gave us a reversal kind of move. Let's delete all these now. Gave us a reversal kind of move. That was like a double bottom, if you want to, or even though it is not on the support, but it was like a double top. But clearly that becomes your change of character right about there. That becomes your change of character right about there. And pull back to that level. Look at what happens later on. So those who want can enter. Those who have big accounts can enter, because we're supposed to enter from there. We've missed. This is the second candle on the buy. Those who want can enter and put your stop loss just below that low. Only those who have big accounts. But if you don't, then you wait for another pullback, because now it's going to be giving you higher highs and higher lows. So it's coming here to give you a higher high, then it will come later on to give you a higher low. So it will have to come react probably around that area so that you can have another entry if it is going to continue with highs and lows. So according to H4, you have to remember that we are looking for buys. That's why we are having it like that. Yes, we wanted a pullback all the way here, but somehow, let me see. First use fib here. Into that. Let's use fib right here. Let's look at that. Yeah. That becomes a discount level right there. So there's a possibility of not coming back again down below. Why? Because it has grabbed some liquidity on this fair value gap right here, and that fair value gap pushes us is actually in the discount zone. So, or say in the demand zone, whatever you guys know, call it, you guys know better. So that's what I'll be looking for. So for now, according to M15, clearly I'm seeing that there's a move to pull back. There's that kind of move that is starting to pull back, and clearly on M15, on CCI there, it clearly shows me it is overbought, meaning I can wait for it right here or right within this fair value gap right here. All this gap right here can be a point of interest right there. But let's first keep with this and we wait. Whenever it gives us a signal to enter buys, we know that buys have started either within this space here, which is a fair value gap, or right out on this very order block, right on that very order block. So let's wait and see. Right now, the sales are on, but they are not confirmed. You can't just enter sales like that. You know that. So we always wait for something that gives us a pullback after. Move into sales, then pullback, then entry. That's how we do this. So for now, I can't enter sales there. I can wait for a pullback. Probably if I go to M5, oh yes, it was there on M5. Let's see. It's happening right here. So I can enter here a sell, but only and only I'll be expected to put my stop loss a bit there. That will be that long. That's how I can enter this. There's gonna be a pullback, a short pullback right there. I can enter another entry, another position right there if it makes that kind of pullback, and then later on continue with the sell to bring me either here or within here. So my profit will be around that area right about there. That's where my profit will be. So I will be waiting for this kind of profit, but then I'm anticipating also a pullback right about there, either to even go all the way there, but let's wait and see what happens. But yeah, I will be anticipating a pullback right there. Just a minute, just a minute, just a minute. So I think that's it on Boom 1000. On Boom 1000, we have the plan how we're going to trade it today, so that's fine. Let's now head to Boom 500. Let's now head to Boom 500. Yeah, this one we made a lot of money yesterday, so let's start from after that. You guys remember I said we were going to wait for this. We were late to enter that sell. But we waited for it to come all the way here, because by the time we were analyzing it, we were around that levels there. So we had missed the entry. So it did this, went to our level of interest where we wanted to enter our buys from. I made the entry there. It took me out first entry in profits, then came again. I made other entries, 3 of them. Went all the way to the TP level, took my profits, then activated my sell limit. Those who remember had left my sell limit there. And only challenge is I had not put my take profit right here. I wanted my take P all the way down below. All the way down. Oh no, it was never going to get there. It was coming to this level. Yes, I don't know why I was looking all the way here. Anyways, it came and took me out in profits, my stop loss in profits right there. So I believe those who followed yesterday's signal, we made a lot of money on this asset because we followed it just like how it gave us the entries. So for now, all these are not needed anymore. All these are not needed anymore, and I've deleted else that important. So currently price has double touched that that is a daily OB. That is a daily OB, which is so significant for us there. The only challenge also is CCI is showing us that we should be looking for sales according to H4, but we are likely not to see that. Why? Why are we likely not to see that? H4, H1, then the buys will have started. This is according to H4. So for now, according to H4, we are still looking for sales. Why? Because we have been breaking structure right there to give us lower lows and lower highs like that. This is a lower high, lower low, lower high. Came here to give us a lower low, even though that this previous lower low did break, but it hasn't closed yet, so we can't say it is already done finishing. It may come all the way back down below. So for now, we are still in a downtrend according to H4. So if we are still in a downtrend, go to H1, look at what is happening. H1 is trying to go for H1 is trying to go for H1 is trying to look for an internal change of character right here, so that we can get into buys right about there. So looking at that on M15, that becomes a clear structure that M15 that this price is trying to look for. And once I see something like this, and I'm seeing the break of structure right here, this clearly tells me that this is just a fake breakout right about there. This is just a fake breakout right here. This is going to be a fake breakout. It's going to later, this is an ascending triangle, so it's going to later give me this. It's going to later give me that. It's going to later give me that. So for now, just be ready. Just be ready. It's just going to be a fake breakout. But like I said, if it happens to continue and probably break this level right here where we are, right here, this kind of level right there, then you know that buys are probably going to continue. But according to what I've seen here, right from these two levels, this is just a fake breakout to take those who were looking for a buying bid to continue like that, to take their stop losses, their pending orders, and everything, so that later on it can continue in a sell just for some more time. Right. So that's it for me. That means I'm not going to enter it until I see either breakout there or coming back again into this very structure and continue the sell. So for now, yeah. Of course, one may say now that is a change of character. Yes, of course, that is a change of character here. But the pullback will matter when it is coming to create a higher low. That will matter. That will matter a lot. So we wait for that to see. Will it continue down, or it will just rotate around this area there, and then continue into the buy, or within the fair value gap here, and then continue to the buys. So that will tell us what exactly is going to happen. That is V Boom 500. Let's now head to Boom V25S. V25S. Yes, please go ahead and like the stream if you're loving the content and the signals and the analysis. Please go ahead and like the stream so that YouTube can recognize us. The YouTube algorithm can recognize us. V25S. V25-1S took me out in profits right about there. My SL in profits. So it came, gave us a break of structure right about there, but later on went back inside again. That is according to, this is according to H1. H1, we know that we are looking for CCI signals, that we're supposed to be looking for buys. Why? Because of this support level right there. So let's look at H4. So according to H4, in fact, I'll be looking at something like this. Look for such a level right there. And that is very now clear for me to understand. That is too clear to understand. That gives me an entry without a doubt. an entry without a doubt on H4. What I've seen here on CCI, and what I'm seeing here down below right there, I can easily make my buy entry. Put my buy entry. Yes, of course, my stop loss is going to be a bit big. I may start with this, but I need to, before I put it there, I need to know on HM15 if I'm safe. I think I'm safe. Yeah, I think I'm safe right there. I think I'm safe right about here. Yeah, I'm safe. My stop loss is safe, but again, if it comes, then it means I can get even a better entry. So if it takes me out right here, I will get a better entry at a later stage. But for now, this looks to be safe. Why is it? Why do I say it is safe? Price came to retest that level right there, and I don't see it coming back to test that order block again. So that's why my entry is very okay. We are looking at profits all the way up there. I can just use those highs about there, not go to the order block. I can use those highs as my TP level. That's my TP level right about there. And I'll just call it a signal given right there for now. Yeah. So I don't have to say anything. I don't even, on M15, it's very obvious we are buying. On H1, obvious we are buying. On H4, it is now obvious. Only that's what is waiting, what is going to make it even perfect is when price goes above our 10 MA. So if you can do that, if you can wait for that, that's your confirmation that you normally wait for, then you can wait for it. But me, as of me, I have made my entry right there, and I'm going to see how it moves. So this move right here is the one that we're looking for to take us right about there, just like we wanted yesterday from this very order block. So that's what has started right now. All right, so that's it. That's it for V25S. Let's now head to V75S. I mean V75. V75. Let's change the name right here. V75. By the way, as I'm doing this, those who are interested in learning how I analyze, my kind of strategy and the way I analyze, please. The the March class, mentorship class is on. You can register. If you go to the description of this channel, you'll see a link. Friday, the session, the recap session or the follow-up session for my students, previous months students. We look at what's happening. We have it stories monthly, so we'll be doing that. Then on Saturday, I'll be having a session for those that have already registered with the signals, the VIP signals, to show you how we'll be doing it most of the times. Yeah. So Saturday, I'll be sharing with you. It's going to be on Google Meet. So if you haven't registered for the VIP signals, then you should do it if you feel like it's something that you need for now. Right, so enough of that. Looking at what we have on V75, I don't need this. I don't need that. All I need is this. This is a straight line right about there. So that is a weird kind of structure for me, so I can even delete it. I don't need it. All I see is that this support trend line is holding up and clearly where we are on CCI, we are overbought, oversold. We are oversold right about there. If we are oversold right about there, and we see that price has come all the way to this fair value gap, has come to mitigate liquidity on that fair value gap, then we know that we have a chance to enter this kind of buy if price breaks that level. Yeah, we know that. And I think it is happening right now. Let's look at H4. H4 is still in a sell. H4 is still in a sell. That was a breakout structure. But ever since it touched that level, we've been seeing rejection right there, price rejection right there. And clearly, if you look at H4, price touched that OB right there, which gives us confirmation. H1, that was a fair value gap. H4, that was the order block. It gives us an opportunity to bring this all the way up there. That's just like how we wanted, according to daily time frame. Just like how we wanted it on daily time frame before we can come in with sales. So now that clearly confirms what I need. I can go to M15. Do I have an entry? No, I don't have an entry. So how am I going to do this? Yeah. So M15, M5, probably I can go all the way to M5 and wait for something like that. Pull back here and then entry. Yeah, on the M5. On M5, I can wait for something like that, probably on M5. Yeah, that's what I will do. First go to M5C. Yeah, I think we can wait for that. I'm not seeing any fair value gap. The one I'm seeing is on M15, so it's likely coming right there. And then we see a pullback. And we see a continuation of the buys. All right, so go back to H1 daily. We know the prices, we need it all the way up there, so just maintain an arrow right there. In fact, we can remove it. Yeah, I think that's it. But according to M15, if it gives me something like this, then I would have to make my entry. Right now, M15 is still in a sell. Why? Because that is a breakout structure right about there. So we are still selling according to M15. So if it does something like this and gives me an entry, that means the sells have been taken out. They are going to be taken out. So we wait for whatever now comes up. So don't make any mistake by entering any entries right now to buys, because we are still selling. We haven't confirmed the buys yet. Now that is clear, let's now head over to V50. V50. Right, so V50, I think I'm about to leave this asset alone and remove it on our charts on the assets that we trade. It has low volatile, yet even the momentum is always very low. It has low trader. Very few people trade it. That's why you see it with low momentum. So that clearly tells us that we should think about replacing it with some other asset. So let's look at it anyways. Let's look at it yesterday. First start with yesterday. What? Oh yes, this was a no-go for us. We didn't trade it at all because it was having that kind of low momentum. You can clearly see it is still, this is the only trade that happened, or trading activity that happened yesterday. Yes, that would have been money according to H1, but I didn't have anything to waste on. I didn't have that time to waste on to analyze this asset because of the way it has been moving for the past, say, 1 or 2 months, ever since it came to this level right here. Ever since it came to that level right there, it's been having low momentum. So yeah, and clearly it is on that support level. I mean, yeah, actually it is a support level now because it was verified there to become a support level, and now we are hanging in there. We are not sure what is coming next because daily is oversold. Weekly has reached the retracement level right here. We've been selling, has reached the retracement level right there. Yes, according to the structure that we have on weekly and the breakouts there, we should be getting a continuation. So it means we should be getting something like that, and then we continue. That means the move that we wanted to push us all the way back there, we may not see it now that we have this kind of breakout, that kind of successful breakout. We may only see this kind of pullback, and then probably back to this OB right here, back to that OB right there, and then we come in with strong sells, just like we need on H1, I mean on weekly time frame, to bring us all the way to oversold level. So that is for sure what I see. And if I do this, you will clearly see that we have this as our support level right about there, and that's where we'll be anticipating price to come back to. That's where we'll be anticipating price to come back to. All right, so now that we've known that, this, I'm not looking at entering anything. H4 is now oversold. Also, H1 has been oversold, God knows for how long. It's trying to come again into buys. So really, it's a mess. I can say it's a mess. So now all we need is confirmation of buy trend or the uptrend. It's all we need is that the confirmation of the uptrend. So this is our current support trend line. We haven't gotten a confirmed high there. Probably one may use this. This is a low that gave us that high, and then that low high that gave us this low. That will be our kind of structure right there. Our kind of structure right about there. So we know that this is happening, but we need to understand that if this high right here, lower high, is taken out, then you know you've started what? You will have started the buy trend or the uptrend. So for now, let's wait and see. But the structure that we have, this very structure, surprisingly may signal you to continue with the sell. It's surprisingly may signal us to continue the sell because of how the lows are being arranged down below right here. It may signal us to continue with this kind of move right after at a certain level right later on. So you need to be very careful on how you wait for your confirmation. So that's why I'm skeptical about trading this. So anyone who wants, you can trade it within the range right here. And just because of what I'm seeing here, price may actually break out from this level now that it has failed to continue up to that other trend line. Price may react and continue selling and push us all the way to that level. Where is it? I'm going to use H4 all the way there. So there's that kind of possibility price to bring us right in there. We haven't started buying yet, and we are seeing something of that kind. We haven't gotten a change of character at all. So this is still skeptical. I'm not trading this at all. I'm not trading this at all. Jump 25. Right, so jump 25, I think we made an entry. Let me see, did we? We needed that, never happened. Actually, it happened right here, the later stage. Why do I have this? Let's look at, oh, it moved. It's supposed to be this. Is it supposed to be that? Is it supposed to be this? This is weird. Had to come to that fair value gap, grab the liquidity right in there. So this is H1. Delete that. Go to H4. So we broke out there to start selling. We reached this other level. What is that level? That is a weekly high. So we wanted a pullback, a daily pullback, then we continue with the buy. Is that so on H1 on weekly? I think so, because we haven't started selling yet. We haven't gotten any change of character, so we won't be selling. Even though we got it right here, it was not enough. So clearly here on H4, we get another kind of change of character right about there, and after having it, we see that price continues in a buy trend for some good time. Right now we are still even in a buy trend. So there, breakout, retest on this order block right here, retest on that order block right there, and push for the buys. So clearly H4 is buying. Clearly H4 is buying. The only challenge is it has made a fair value gap, and it has made a fair value gap. So if there is a possibility of coming back here or not at all, there is also a possibility of continuing, because this was a perfect breakout and a retest there. Even though the retest closed back inside, even though the retest closed back inside. So what is this kind of pattern? This kind of pattern normally signifies us that we are continuing to sell. We are continuing to sell. So this kind of move right here should be expected. Should be expected. And clearly, if I do that kind of thing according to H1, it means this OB was never mitigated. Oh, was it mitigated? Not really, it was never mitigated. So there's a possibility of price coming back there. There's a possibility of price coming back to this H1 OB. So now that we know that, and it has reached the retracement level in CCI, it means that sales are highly anticipated, and clearly HM15 is confirming that. So if it is confirming that, all we need is price to give us such. All we need is price to give us such right about there. Yeah, it's doing that. Price is doing this right there, and then give us that kind of move. That is what price is doing right about there. If it breaks that level and continues, then we know that, yeah, H1 is still having momentum to continue with the buys. But I'm not seeing that happen until this kind of move comes in for the sell on M15. So I will leave it on M15. Once I have an entry on M15, I will not hesitate to enter my sells now that I have known what is happening there. All right. Sorry about that. Let's now wrap up this. Let's go to our last. Our last asset, and we call it a day. Our last asset, jump 10. So yeah, this has also been crazy in the past. Yeah, that's that. So if that's the case there, then we know that price is reactive there to give us a retest before it continues to sell. Yeah, that's for sure. So it has even just crossed the retracement level. So it means we are now going to retrace like that. So daily should be in a buy trend, and it is in a buy trend. So if we are in a buy trend on the daily time frame, means we need to get a point of interest, which will be either that order block right here. So I can delete these, delete those, and have this order block, weekly order block right there as a point of interest, or the fair value gap. Let's look at daily. We don't have any, so that means we're going to go with the weekly. We have a fair value gap and an order block. So that's what we can anticipate. So right now, if I can delete these, delete all these, then I will know that I'll be looking for price to get either there. I need price to get there. I need price to get there, and then come in with a sell. But also another possibility is price to get there. Price to get to that fair value gap, and then come in. And then come in with a sell too. So that's how we can anticipate this thing. So go to daily. Let's look at it properly. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing. According to daily, according to weekly, that's what I'm seeing. Price to get there and come here. So now that we have something of that sense, I can actually delete this. I can actually delete that, and I can do this. I can do that. I can wait for something like that right in there. Right in there. Why? Because there's an order block, or call it a breaker block. That's where we saw the break of structure right about there. So I can wait for price to get there and come in later on. So now that becomes our significant point of interest. So I can actually use the one on daily now, which will be this one right here, which will be that one right there. And I can easily delete this now and remain with that right about there. So, oh wait, this was mitigated already. This was mitigated. Anyways, let's have it to may act as a resistance level right there. So let's have it on, and you see it was mitigated right here. So let's see if it will come back to it. Let's see if it will come back to it. Right, so that is jump 10 for us there. I don't have any other thing I can add into it. H4 is saying we are oversold, we should be looking for buys. Of course, it is clearly shown by that kind of weird rejection, price rejection, and clearly that is a fair value gap where we are currently on H4. And that would be then a breaker block right about there. That's where we saw the break of structure happen from to go on to continue with the sales. So that would be a point of interest for us there. So head to H1. H1 is looking for sales, for buys. So I can delete all this. I've deleted what I do to delete, so just have it there. Save it as an order block right there. So H1 is like that. It's going to keep doing that. H1 is going to keep doing that, and later on, if it breaks out, then we know it will be coming back to this level right here, that level right there. So for now, this is also a no-go for me. This is a no-go for me. No-go for me. Yeah, right about there. Is it? Yeah. That is on M15, and I know that price is coming down. So if it is coming down, it means then we have something like that on top right about there. So that's the case. So you have the range there. If you guys can trade within the range here, right there to there, right there to there, until it breaks out going down. Is it going down? Is it going down? No. Breaking out, going up. To break up, it will break out going up, I believe so. So we wait until few moments, few signals that we can take on. But I can always tell you, those who scalp, you always have an entry. Those who scalp always have an entry. So M5 will give us that kind of entry right about there. I don't need to explain much there, what I've done there, but that's how you can anticipate your entry on jump 10. So let's now do the recap and move out of this place. Right, recap. Let's do the recap. So we started with crash 500. We started with crash 500 and just to pull back there and come in with a sell for the buy entries when price reaches this level. That's it. Boom, 1,000. Our entries are in profits like that. The pullback never happened, so it continued just like that. So I can now break even and keep it going. I can even close my profits. These are already enough anyways, so I can choose to close or I can choose to wait. But according to M15, we may see a long pullback. A candlestick like this may happen right here. So most of the times, if this happens when you are here, it may even give you a loss where we are currently. Even though I'm in profits right here, it may give me a loss or take even the ones I have and give me a zero just to break even. So you have to know that. That when it spikes like this, for this kind of spike, it can take a lot of money if you're in it. So just be careful. You can choose to close here, or if you love, because it has gone to this fair value gap, so that can be a best option. Close your profits and leave. But if you are big-headed like me and you want your profits all the way to this order block, then you can hold. And let's roll this. A boom 500. We're waiting for this kind of move. We had a breakout there. Oh yes, we had a breakout there. It has gone touched that level there. So what are we doing? We've reached this level, which is a retracement level. So it means price is coming down. So let's wait and see. Remember, I said we may see price come all the way down below to get to this level, to get to this kind of level right there where we are currently right there. So let's wait and see. V25. All right, we are in profits and the pullback happened. Hey, this is H1. It didn't happen. We entered right there. So you guys who entered with me on V25, we are in money. Congrats. Yeah. Now V75, we are waiting for the pullback, then we enter. But if it doesn't happen and it continues to break, then we wait for another pullback. Remember, we are still in a downtrend according on this very asset, so no need of rushing and making decisions that are not really meant to be. So for now, V50, like I said, you can choose to trade it within here, but just what I saw right here is we may actually continue selling it all the way down below because of what I saw here. Price failing to continue up may give us a signal to sell it all the way down. Yeah, so like I said, it is a low momentum kind of asset. I mean, it has low momentum and it is a low volatility kind of asset, so my entry right here may be limited. Yeah, and just like that, we have reached that level on jump 25. Look at that. So all we need is now to confirm our entry. Let's go to M5. Do we have an entry? I think we do. Let's go to M15, H1. Yeah, I think we do, because that's oh man. Okay. Me as a guy who normally wants sniper entry, I'm going to make my entry right here. Yeah, but for you guys, please make sure you enter when price breaks this level. This will be it here. Did I enter? I was supposed to make that entry. That is a sell right there. I'm looking for the sell, and I'm going to put a tight stop loss just about there. Just going to have a tight stop loss. just going to have that its stop loss just about there, and my TP is going to be just here, just there. That's where I'm going to be taking my TP right there. Yeah, that's it on jump 25. And this has broken out. Now we want the pullback so that we can enter. So until then, this is a no-go for us. You can't risk it. So it may go all the way there, but most of the times it comes to the tip of that OB and reacts into sales. So just wait for whatever it gives you here and make that entry. I think that's it. So let's do some bit of winding up. Today we will have BTC analysis we'll have the BTC analysis at 1. Just a minute. We'll have the BTC analysis at 1. We'll have a BTC analysis at 1 today. So please, those who love trading BTC, you can come around and we look at Bitcoin together. And then, as usual, I told you that this March we are starting also another class March. So the March intake, you guys can be part of it and be able to do it, be able to analyze and trade like me. So you can use the numbers there on your screen and that very flyer and be able to register for the class. And then the Signal VIP group is starting March. So Monday, that will be 3rd, we will be starting. Those who have paid, the group is going to be created this weekend. So you guys will be added. And then on Saturday, I'll be having a session to let you know how we'll be running it, and probably the money that one is needed to be having, the minimum. Anyways, some people have already started trading and then they know their risk management strategies properly, so it will depend on your risk management strategy. But if you don't know anything about that, please then you need to first register for the class so that you can at least understand what you need to do, how to put your stop losses and everything and all that. So you can register for the class still March, and as we trade, we also be making money this other side. I mean, as we learn, we also be making money this other side. I think that's it. We will continue with our classes our sessions, like these sessions that we are on currently, as usual, 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. Tomorrow. But of course, at 1 today we are having the BTC like I told. So let me wish you guys a good day. If it was your first time here, please don't forget to subscribe. And if you have never subscribed and you've been coming around, please, you can go ahead and subscribe too. Let me wish you guys a good day, happy trading, and let's look at these signals together and let's make this money come to our money bag. Happy trading, guys. See you.